Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mega May. We have a fun kind of variety showcase here. A bunch of stuff that Tofu's going to show us, and including a lot of real hardware. And so, tell us a little bit about what this showcase has in store.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for introducing me. I wanted to start off with showing off a bunch of Mega Man bootlegs. Uh, you can imagine Mega Man was fairly popular in the late 80s, early 90s, and the Famicom and the NES didn't get officially released in a lot of parts of the world. So there are plenty of bootleg cartridges of tons of games, but that includes Mega Man. So I have here just a couple of different bootlegs that we're going to show off. I'm going to open them up, show you what they look like inside. We'll even look at the real carts as well. We'll plug them into a bootleg Famicom here, and I also have a real Famicom to the side if we want to compare and contrast the two. Um, this I'll get into more later, but I'm pretty excited to show this off to everybody. And for the duration of this entire stream, feel free to ask any questions at all. If you want me to show you something particular, how things worked, how they might have worked in the 90s, uh, absolutely happy to answer any questions. To get started, though, I did want to show off this Mega Man manga here. I need to open up my OBS, see it live. So I've picked this up at a book off. Could not find where this might have came from or any additional comics for it. This is number 3. Uh, we got what's essentially Bishonen or beautiful Mega Man drawn multiple times throughout this manga. Uh, we've got Zero being being very extra, and we have a female character as well, which I think did come out in anime, but this is the first time I've seen her in a manga format. Uh, Basically, the whole thing seems to be a story that's a lot wider than what goes on in the games. Some unique characters as well. I just thought this might be a little interesting to show since it involves Zero. Again, we got beautiful Mega Man again. Zero with the very sharp. It's not going to focus, I imagine. Just the Bishonen is what it's called in Japan. Just drawn very beautifully, and then again the random female character. It doesn't appear in any games. So if you got, I'm thinking about scanning this and doing a translation on it just to put it out there, since again, I haven't seen anything like this uh, outside of Japan anyway. With that piece out of the way, yeah, very, very androgynous. Um, let's start with this cart here. So I've got here Mega Man X3. It is the Super Nintendo version converted over to work on the Sega Genesis. The cart just pops open very easily, and there's not a lot going on here. This whole darker green section is just a bit of plastic to keep it in the cart, and this flash chip is what's holding all of the data. A normal Sega Genesis game might have looked something like this with one very large chip here, but this flash chip holds maybe like 64 times the amount of storage. This is just a Sonic 1. Whereas this, again, contains the whole game of Mega Man X3. Now, because it's been converted over to work on the Sega Genesis, doesn't exactly work or sound or play exactly the same. A lot of the visual effects are extremely different. Uh, Looks nothing like X3 at the end of the day, but it is technically X3 on the Sega Genesis. Another one I've got here is this is a 4-in-1. Uh, So we've got an NBA game, what is a cutout of Mega Man X5 for PS1 here on this cart, but really it's going to be Mega Man 1, uh, along with a basketball game and a soccer NHL game. Don't know what those three are. I've never actually tried them. I was only concerned with the Mega Man game on it. Uh, it seems to play similar to me, but we're gonna go ahead and pop it in, see if anybody notices any differences. We have another version of Mega Man 1 here. They did this time rip off the actual art for Mega Man 1. They took off all the extra text and everything. No Nintendo logos, no Capcom logos. But it is still the original Mega Man 1 cover, a little cut off. The back is in English, even though this was released in Ukraine, is where I got this from. And physically, they're about the same size, made to fit in any Famicom. Same thing with Mega Man 4 here. They actually didn't use the same art this time. But conceptually, it is the same. So I wonder where this came from. That it has, I forget this guy's name here, and Rush is over here. He's obviously shooting over here, but not on this cover. This came out of China, if you can imagine. We have the star over here in Chinese text. And this actually calls it a cassette. Still in English on the back. And these can kind of just pop open. Let me get my bootleg pop open tool here. When I open this up, it is pretty interesting as far as tech goes. I'm going to see if I can open up X4 without damaging it too much. You know, I'm not actually too sure I want to open up the original. It looks very similar to the Sega Genesis one. Essentially, on the original Mega Man cartridge, it would have two of these large chips, whereas on this cart, we have one of these large chips. This would have the actual game data. We have what is a bootleg version of Nintendo's copy protection. This would allow it to run on any NES or any Famicom, as later cartridges did have some type of protection to prevent it from running. And then finally this glob here, black stuff. What's in here is actually exactly the same as what you'd find in this large chip, just shrunken down to the point where no one could actually reverse engineer this. So if you were to try and take off this black goop, the way it's designed, the way it hardens on top of the chip and everything, once you try to remove it, it'll destroy the chip underneath. You can get that off with some extremely toxic, I mean crazy toxic acids, where if you breathe in a few fumes, knock yourself out, and if you keep breathing it, you'll end up passing away. So I don't mess with that. There are companies who do it specifically for reverse engineering, but I don't need to go that far. Uh, but this also helps with cloning the features that you'd find in a normal cartridge. Put this guy back together. And then finally, I have these two, which I got from Brazil. Haven't seen anything like this. Again, as with most bootlegs, haven't seen anything from other regions. I haven't seen Rockman or Mega Man 1. You can see here on the cover says Mega Rockman 2. It's not Mega Man. It's not Rockman. It's a Mega Rockman 2. On the bottom it says in English it'll say compatible with Nintendo NES 72-pin system. Now this is because in Brazil you'd find a lot of systems that either clone the Famicom, which is 60-pin, like these, or you'd have NES style clones, which were 72-pin. This being the game cartridge from Brazil, all black. I think it's actually pretty neat. The plastic's pretty nice material, and that doesn't feel cheap. Feels pretty solid. Has its own cover. You would think it's in an official release with how nice it looks, but I promise you it's a bootleg. And on the top it even says a Rockman 2. You can see that there's a physical size difference on these Famicom and NES cartridges. I'm sure most of you know that, but that's why this specifically points out that it's 72 pin. It would have been a sealed game wrapped in plastic, and maybe you had a Famicom bootleg rather than an NES bootleg. We're gonna play this as well. We're gonna just see what do we see if anything comes out different. It's the back here. We have they're all called Turbo Game for this company anyway that was releasing these. So they've got a fighter jet with missiles attached and some screenshots. I wish I had actual Mega Man 2 box to compare it to, but I think it's interesting that the back description is completely translated into Spanish. For the most part, it says Dr. Wily is up to stuff. How are we going to stop Dr. Wily? Hopefully, we can stop Dr. Wily. They mention him a lot back here. It's like civilization is in danger if you don't help stop Dr. Wily with the use of Mega Man. We'll take a closer look at number 3 as well. I think that this guy actually looks pretty similar to Europe's Mega Man 2 cover, where he has a weird pinball shaped looking Mega Buster, and he's all silver. Same thing in Europe, but he does have a full face mask, unlike in Europe where you do see Mega Man's human looking face. Random robot here obviously is not a robot master. On the back, basically the same thing. Although this time seems like he's saying the description says there's a cyborg on the loose that you need to stop. I will scan these eventually. I don't know if they came with instruction manuals. Mine did not come with them. Here the glue is a little more loose on here, but we are going to open these up. Take a look inside. Let's see, this one only has 2 screws on the back. I'm not too confident those screws are even really attached. I might have to pull at this while I take out the screws. So inside is kind of the same deal as the other bootlegs. No blob on this one, which is always nice. I prefer it when we have actual chips. Normal Mega Man 3 would just have, again, 2 chips on it. Maybe 3 for copy protection. I don't remember if Mega Man 3 has the copy protection chip on it. But in order to fully clone all of the NES operations, we have multiple chips here. It looks like 1, 2, and 3, I imagine, are copying how the flow of data essentially goes in between the Famicom, NES, and the actual game chip here. And it looks fairly poorly put together, I'm going to be honest with you. See if we can get the camera to zoom in or focus in on any of these pins. Just waiting it for... Yeah, not really. But there's a solder. Solder connects metal together. All these pins connects them to the board, and they're just pretty poorly done. But the game does work. It looks like this cartridge is actually cracked at some point since there's glue in here. So I guess they found one that was broken and said, ah, glue, it's fine. Who cares? So put this back in. Put the top on the right way. And we'll get to start playing some of these. Not too sure how long we'll play it. Maybe just long enough to see if there's not any differences, or oh, there's a couple differences, or it doesn't play quite right, doesn't sound quite right. Don't know. Now this with my bootleg Famicom here. It's also a NES, Famicom NES in one. On the underside, there's an additional cartridge for Famicom games. It's annoying to use that, so I actually just have an adapter here to turn NES into Famicom cartridges. This is a very accurate clone that I have here. That I can tell, it basically plays exactly the same. I believe that a manufacturer, the CMC manufacturer, at least with these two that I have, this version that I have here, came out very accurate. So I'm gonna plug in Mega Man 3. Turn that on. We're going to switch my OBS scene to show off that game. Should include some audio. Doesn't have any intro. I don't think it has audio. Doesn't seem to be coming out.
We do not see any audio either.
Yeah, interesting. I swear to God, I had this working. Let's make sure it's not the game. Let me put a different game in. Let's put in an actual Mega Man game. Oh yeah, of course. No, we're not gonna get audio. Let me try the Sega Genesis one.
Do you have this added as a video capture device or what?
I do have it added as a video capture. Um, properties.
What does the audio mixer inside OBS look like?
It's a the audio mixer. I have desktop audio muted, myself muted, and then the game audio, which is the capture, enabled.
Oh, and it's just not showing anything, huh?
Yeah. So I want to do a sanity test. I'm gonna go ahead and try the Mega Man X3 because I had audio for sure coming out of that. I've set this up to be able to change this on the fly. We're just gonna borrow the power cable that I have here, compatible between the original Sega Genesis and the Famicom. The NES can actually use a Sega Genesis power supply, but not vice versa. And we've got my cat who has decided to pay me a visit.
As they do.
Wants attention. Sorry, Boots, not right now. Let's get my controller plugged in. Yeah, it seems audio is not working now. We'll let that scroll through while I try and figure out what's gone wrong here.
Could just restart OBS, see if that does anything.
Yeah, I might have to. I'll make sure. Yeah. So I guess stop streaming for a moment. Start it again.
Yep. Stop streaming, recording, close it, open it back up.
Close. Open OBS. Let me see. What can I do that would fix this quickly? I can probably connect audio directly to my capture card rather than through this device. Just give me a moment here. Let's start streaming just as something's playing in the background.
For the audio output mode on the capture device in OBS is definitely, I mean, the default is capture audio only, so I imagine it's that.
Let me power cycle the capture device I have here. It's currently rebooting.
The bittersweet reality of real hardware.
Yeah, for real. Hmm. How about what can we do to try and fix this quickly?
So the console is plugged into a capture device, and the capture device is USB into the computer, and OBS obviously sees it.
Yeah. So I have an audio device or capture device that can take composite in and audio in, then pumps it over HDMI. Now the only thing I can imagine is that this might have lost its setting for audio. Audio mute is off. It sees that there is audio connected.
Well, let's assume the problem is in OBS. Do you want to unmute the desktop audio on that one and see if it's piping through there instead of the capture device?
Sure thing. Hmm. I can fix this if I get like just give me 2 minutes here.
Sure. Mm-hmm. And while we debug that, we'll say we have crossed over 60,000, almost 61,000, putting the 20X Expo project at 69% towards its goal. So that's nice. And we got 1 week left. The campaign ends Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. So this last weekend are very important. If you got any friends that are into Mega Man or like hanging out and having fun, ask them if they'd be interested in buying a very cheap ticket to the 20X Expo. Because these are the lowest the prices will ever be. Thank you for helping us get it started.
Maybe if I redo it as a game capture, give me a beta version of. I wonder if it's because I was using the beta audio input capture. Create new default.
I think I see your microphone because when you talk, it looks like there's audio coming to the broadcast, but that's the only thing I see so far.
I wonder if it's my capture card. Stopped sending through audio.
It was working, what'd you say, earlier today? Or
Yeah,
that's crazy.
just before this. Since I've plugged in directly to the capture card for audio now, but I'm getting nothing. So what if I plug into one of my microphone ports on my computer, since I thankfully have a couple? Let me double check which port I need. You can tell from looking at the game capture for X3 that kind of looks like X3. The colors are fairly off, and that's exactly how it looks like in person as well. It's like the top. So we'll do audio input capture, input from.
I do like Skip Sandwich's idea of an acapella percent playthrough. Maybe we could do that at the Mega Manathon.
I think
Oh,
I've
there's,
got it.
yes. We definitely have audio.
Cool. All
we
right,
have,
so I've plugged into the microphone jack on my computer's sound card to get audio again. So that might make it a little bit off from the actual video, but it should be close enough.
it'll just accentuate the experience. Did
Yeah,
you, it was loud at first. It looks like you lowered the volume, or did I do
I did
that?
lower the volume.
Okay,
Yes.
so I will
I
turn
thought
it.
it was blowing out the speakers.
Yes, I will turn it back up on our side. All right, we have something that sounds like Mega Man.
Yeah, it technically sounds like Mega Man. Kind of sounds like Mega Man. Oh man, would I not call it Mega Man? So we're gonna play through this a little bit. I have a lot of experience with X3. I don't have much experience with Bootleg X3.
Understandable.
But my controller's not. Yeah, it doesn't like my turbo controller. Let's put in a regular controller.
Yes, this
Many
game
issues with
definitely
hardware.
wouldn't want you using unofficial hardware.
Right. Yeah, so it's fine with a regular controller, just no turbo controller. So as you can see, there's only 6 bosses, so we've actually lost 2. Don't know what this D stage is. And the A button. So on the Sega Genesis controller, we have A, B, and C as our primary buttons. I would think that I personally would want A as a jump button, so I can use B to shoot, but A is a jump button. As you can also see, we start with full armor, so we don't have to collect any armor parts, no hunting, no backtracking through any stages. That enemy just disappeared. Alright, I can barely jump. Seems to get stuck halfway through his jump animation. You can see how just janky it is trying to do the jump. And the C button that's all the way to the other side is dash. This is actually pretty difficult to pull off. Almost like you have to specifically claw your hand around the controller just to get off a halfway decent jump. And also, it looks like the fall animation for him in the X3, or in this Sega Genesis version, just stops midway. Yeah, that's as high as I'm allowed to jump. Alright, so I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. Oh, I understand. We're in the final zone, which I imagine I need to defeat the bosses for. Oh, and I guess I touched the spike there. No saves, just code here. You have to remember this 4x4 row of codes just to be able to start where you left off. Don't think that actually matters in this though. I don't think I can hit him. Alright. There we are.
Have you beaten this before?
I have not managed to beat it, only because anytime I get any kind of distance, I'm killed by something. Either by the jankiness of the game, or really the jankiness of the game.
The true final boss.
Yeah, so since it's so jank, I can't get too far. I've beaten some stages, but never beat the whole game on this version of it. I haven't had an issue with my turbo controller before, so of course during stream I can't use the turbo controller. It makes it a little easier to use all the buttons, as there's 6 rows of buttons, and so you can kind of dedicate or move your hand around more easily around them than just having 3 buttons in one straight line.
Yep. This
Sega Genesis was not built for Mega Man games like this.
Indeed and unfortunate. This music loop is not nearly long enough.
That alone can get you to just quit the game.
Yeah.
I guess I was too close to him and the bullets were not spawning correctly.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, so yeah, same thing. I did pick a different stage, so I don't know why it bumped me into the same stage here.
Maybe those are different stages.
Okay, here, let's try... I'm really bad with names. I will never remember all the Robot Masters' names, I'm really sorry. There's just a lot of them. So all the stages, despite being... I mean, it's Mega Man, all the stages are different, but because of how bad the controls are, they end up playing fairly similar, because you're more fighting against the controls fighting against the jank than you are actually playing the stage. I'm not even sure what I got hit by there. Jump animations don't complete. You can't jump too high. You start with full armor, but that I can tell, it seems it seems like this is just very futile frustration.
These screen transitions are so rough.
It's part of what makes it impossible. It's elements of what are known as bad game design that aren't common for Mega Man, where you have enemies that could see you off screen, but you can't see them, yet they can still attack you. Thankfully, we don't get them respawning off the screen. Oof.
Do you have air dash, or is that an upgrade?
You do get all the upgrades from the start of the game, but pulling it off is a whole other question.
I see.
Sometimes the game recognizes properly that you're in there, and now this guy's respawned. So sometimes it can see you're in the air, sometimes not. Have to pull him down with the transition. We're just gonna leave everybody here behind. It is a lot more forgiving, you can tell. I mean, as you can see, I'm getting hit a lot. Oh, he can climb the ladder. Okay. I haven't even seen that before.
That's crazy.
So you can see I'm getting hit a ton. In a normal Mega Man game, I would have been dead already. But still alive here. Haven't lost nearly as much health as you would have imagined. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do in this corner here. Let's try. We're just gonna skip stuff. At this point, I think it's just... Oh, and I lost my charge shot going into the next scene. No boss here, so we just get to keep going. So no mid-level boss. I don't even think I can hit this guy. Oh, alright. And that's it, you die, you go back to the beginning of the whole level select. Pretty harsh on you. No introduction scenes, if you notice. Doesn't introduce the boss at all. You just dropped into the stage. And thank God it's as forgiving as it is.
Do you know much about like the distribution? Like what places got this, and was there a lot of them, and did anyone actually play it?
So that I've been able to figure out for this, didn't have a wide distribution. I think it came out more recently as excuse me, more recently, like in the last 25 years or so. Not sure who made it. I don't think anybody actually knows who released it. It just kind of appeared one day. And the bootleg that I have here is not an original, unfortunately. Someone just found the ROM online and has been selling them on flash cartridges. I'm gonna try and have that work. So unfortunately, I can't even try to credit who might have created this, the work that they went through. It's impressive what they did manage to get done, it is technically Mega Man X3 running on the Sega Genesis. Again, as you guys see, instant death brings you to the main menu. All the sound is off, the controls are off, as we're witnessing here. We're missing 2 bosses, you don't have any actual progression, and a ton of the effects that you would see in a Super Nintendo version are just not here. In some of these stages, there's supposed to be glass breaking. We don't even get the glass. The glass is already broken. I don't remember which stage that was. But so there's no animations of the stages that you're in. You saw there's mid-level bosses missing. So this is as bare of a Mega Man 3, X3 rather, that you can get that technically works and plays. Technically doing a lot of heavy lifting there. I haven't seen anybody try to speedrun it, and I think simply because it's just a battle for the controls. We'll probably die one more time and show that last stage and then move on to the next item. Oh, yeah, if I could get above the he's actually blocking me from getting on top of the stairs. So I'm just stuck now. Oh, there we go. So I got released. Not exactly. He's still juggling me. Yeah, I think from there I'll just die on purpose so we can move on to the last stage and then move on to the next game. So yeah, at least it's forgiving. Gives you lots of chances to try and get through it. I believe this was the last stage. And we just started out doing a dash, because why not?
You do have to wonder, as they're working on this, like how much of the fact that the enemies don't do much damage is intentional, or were they just testing and then never undid it, or if it was completely accidental for, well, I guess those are the values now.
I want to imagine that they knew that this game was so jank that's what made it difficult. I think I actually can't hit this enemy. And so that's why they would have intentionally, I think, made them do so little damage. And just stop jumping now. So the wall jump, I mean, I hope you guys can imagine I know how to wall jump. It's just not happening. Did get a heart increase. Heart pack. But I think we get the gist. This is it's X3 on the Sega Genesis. It is technicality through and through. You are playing it, but oh man, this is not the way to be playing X3 at all. I would take the Sega Saturn version over this, which is not much wrong with the Sega Saturn. It's more, again, the controller I feel just isn't made to really be playing that X3 on Sega Saturn, also never releasing in the U.S. territories, NA territories. Right, so we're gonna go ahead and disconnect the Sega, reconnect our bootleg Famicom, and doing all that wiring work. Things got a little tangled here, so just need a moment.
Wouldn't be a marathon without an untangling cord section.
Okay, so now let's actually try Mega Man or Mega Rockman 3. Be good if I plugged in the power. As with all bootlegs, it's a little finicky. I'm gonna blow into the cartridge. Excuse me a moment. You know what it is? I didn't plug in the video for this. There we go. So my suspicion, I haven't played this specific cartridge. I kind of wanted to discover it along with everyone here. My suspicion is that it's going to be just a straight copy and paste of the actual game. The sound, though, might sound a little off, as Capcom had a special formulation for their sound, essentially. That's why it sounds so good all the time. But that did not always translate to clones who just were trying to get the game out there. Along with possibly iffy sound, you can probably see, again, the visuals are not exactly where you might expect them to be for NES game or Famicom game, really, not simply a Mega Man game. Colors are a bit washed out, not accurate reproduction, and that's a pretty common problem with bootlegs, regardless of how high quality they are. While the chips that generate, think of it like a graphics card, while the graphics card might be one-for-one clone of what Nintendo released, the circuitry that supports it, so how bright the green, blue, and red is, usually, or 99% of the time, is where they would skimp out on paying money for the circuitry. So the one that I have here is fairly, oh, I forgot he falls down, is fairly accurate, but it's not exact. After this, I will toss on Mega Man 2 on a Famicom, we can see, or 3 or 4 here. We have the original one. We can compare those. I'm not an expert at original Rockman. I started playing Mega Man with Extreme on the Game Boy. That was my first ever Mega Man game. Then I had X on the Super Nintendo. Then didn't really play it again until Mega Man Battle Network came out. Mega Man Battle Network being what got me really obsessed with Mega Man. And that kind of goes into what the next part of this showcase will be, is essentially my undying obsession with Mega Man Battle Network. Oh. I truly just have no idea what to expect with these. I think I need Rush for this level. I need to get out of this level entirely.
Compared to X3, though, it's like watching you play X3, I felt like you were the one struggling, but watching this game, I believe it's the hardware that's struggling.
Yeah. Oh. So we're gonna reset the console just so I can get to the next, try a different stage. Similar thing with the X3. There's no intro here at all. It just kind of boots you into the game. Interestingly, though, despite the fact that they have edited this ROM to have the Chinese text there. They did not remove the 1990 Capcom copyright. There's some Japanese, Dr. Wily in Japanese, but I'm pretty sure that kanji is Chinese kanji. Might be wrong. You can see Mega Man's face is not his usual tan color. It's very washed out red. I can probably fix that with OBS, but I want you guys to see what I'm seeing on the screen. It's just not super accurate color reproduction. It's close, especially if you're in a country that doesn't sell any Nintendo anything. You wouldn't even know any difference. You would just say, oh, it looks a little odd, and maybe move on. Another thing, you think you can see this on stream too. There's a glitching line right above Shadow Man, and that's actually being produced in hardware. The hardware is not 100% reproduction. The game is not 100% reproduction. So you'll see these kind of issues introduce themselves. You could take this same cartridge that you're seeing on top here and put it in a different bootleg, and it might run better. It might probably could look better too, since it's like over 100 different manufacturers were making their own versions of a Famicom once it had been reverse engineered. And to this day, they still make their own versions and release them. Let's try Top Man, why not? You can see a bunch of streaking, either to the right or left of Top Man. That you wouldn't see in a normal Famicom. That's being introduced by the pretty cheap circuitry that was used to run the graphics card, essentially. You might know NVIDIA, they make the chips that go into a graphics card, and then you have maybe Asus, and Asus is the one that is selling you the graphics card itself. I am not built to play original Mega Man, wow. So you imagine it as Asus doing a poor job of making an NVIDIA graphics card. Does it run? Yes, but it looks like crap, comparatively. I still think this looks pretty good, all things considered.
True, all things considered. Do you have a second controller?
I do. I can add one or attach one.
If you plug it into the slot too, because we just did this for the first time earlier. I'm curious if in this reproduction they still have the debug side effects, where if you have a second controller plugged in for Mega Man 3, and on the second controller you hold right, it changes your jump.
Interesting. I've never heard of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a...
The other controller I have is actually a NES Advantage, but that should still work.
Ah. But there's a speedrun on the Games Done Quick YouTube channel where I think if you look up like Mega Man 3 co-op speedrun, I don't know if that's the title, but they play it that way.
I'm going to... Oh, I think I just froze the game.
Oh.
That's alright. I'm going to plug in the NES Advantage into the first slot, and then the controller into the second slot, and we're going to reset the cartridge. And unlike X3, this still has an introduction. So for the most part, it's just a copy and paste of the original ROM. Now, you want me to go right on the second player D-pad?
Hold right, and then jump on the main controller.
Seems it just stops me from jumping too high.
Oh, can you hold jump? Does that... Interesting.
Not behaving the same.
No, that's different. So go find an enemy, and then on the second controller, hold up and A once you find the enemy.
Oh. Okay. Up and A.
Yeah.
So I'm holding up and A. Oh.
Okay, so it's doing something. It's supposed to freeze the animations, and so whenever you get into the hit stun, you're stuck like that. And so technically you're invincible. You just can't move.
I wonder if it behaves a little differently due to it being a bootleg Famicom NES. Instead of taking the instructions a little differently.
It is curious.
But it could also be the game since it could probably a mix of both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but when you hold right and jump, it's supposed to. You should just be able to increase your height, so jump as high as you want. But apparently, it wasn't doing that.
Hold right and then jump on the main controller, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if I did turbo.
No, must just be different. Oh. Oh, okay.
There it goes.
So how'd you do that?
It looks like turbo button was actually enabled on the jump button.
Ah, that explains the flickering. So yeah, you can just jump over stuff now. You can also jump out of pits, which is the funny thing. So if you fall into a pit before you
I think
die,
I just fell into a pit. I jumped into the sky and I hit something at the top of the screen.
Oh, maybe.
Let's see. Oh, not that time. I'm sorry, you were saying before?
You can jump out of pits. So if you find a pit that would otherwise kill you before before Mega Man explodes, you can jump out of the pit, and the game sometimes gets confused on different stages. Like it'll stop playing the music because it thinks you're dead.
I want to see if I can at least get out of this. Oh yeah, I definitely hit something at the top there.
Oh, that's crazy.
But not hitting it on the second time, on the second jump.
Oh. Maybe it's only there once. I don't know what it would be. It's pretty weird. You can definitely jump over this boss. Mini boss.
I can't jump on as it's moving. It won't let me jump.
Oh, that does mess it up.
Let's try. Is that only in X3 or Rockman 3?
That's all I know. That's the only one I've seen them do it on.
Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. That's neat. It persists even in the reproduction.
So that indicates to me even more so that it is just straight up clone. Oh, this is perfect. This would be a perfect guy to just jump over. I've not perfected one-handed play, so maybe if I could have my girlfriend here, just tell her to hold right on the D-pad for me.
Mm-hmm. It's a co-op run. You're doing great.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to number 2. I am planning on copying these over to ROMs, just so that these versions are out there. So I know regular Rockman 2 doesn't say NTDEC there at the start. So that's already a change in the ROM. The sound also is a bit off. It sounds like one of the channels not correct. Yeah, so we got, normally it would say Capcom rather than NTDEC. Oh, right, I'm on this one now. not the same effect on Mega Man 2. A lot more flickering, I feel like, though. These bats are always annoying, so I just get past them. I should have switched back to the normal controller. This is a lot harder on the NES Advantage. Yeah, that's fine. I'll leave it at that. It seems to be more or less the same as well. Just a minor difference where they did actually remove the Capcom logo from the game. So this would be a lot more interesting to have as a ROM available, Brazilian ROM essentially, whereas the third one might just end up being an exact copy. We'll take a quick look at the Rockman 4 bootleg. When used with this adapter, you have to put it in upside down. This does have a Famicom cart slot on the bottom side. It's just a little hard to access. There are versions that have it pointing towards the top side instead, but I don't have one of those. They're pretty hard to come by. Go back to the first controller.
I think you mentioned this earlier, but what are some of the places that you have found these, and how do you get them? And
So, all of these come from overseas, as you can imagine. The easiest place I find to grab them is actually from Ukraine. A lot of these were produced. Oh, this looks also different. Super Rockman 4. A lot of these were produced in Ukraine or Russia. Back in the 80s and 90s, it was the USSR. They weren't two different countries at the time. And it's easier to get things out of Ukraine currently. Another place would be Brazil, but Brazil is fairly difficult to get anything out of. Brazil had its own very, very active bootleg market. A company called Tectoy actually became the official distributor for Sega down in South America overall, but Nintendo never had an official partner. So there's tons of different kinds of Famicom and NES bootlegs. eBay is really the easiest place to get it from right now. If you're brave, you can also use Facebook Marketplace, since you can search in other countries with it and contact the people, although they may not be willing to ship something to someone in a different country. There's been a lot that I would love to be able to grab from Brazil, Guatemala, Argentina, basically all of South America, but Brazil is the largest market for it.
Interesting.
So although we had a slightly different beginning here, saying Super Rockman 4, I don't know that there's going to be too much else different. You can see this game retains all of the special animations. And if anything, I would say this looks a little bit more color accurate than the last two games, actually. So by now, with Mega Man 4, they've probably started improving on how they're copying the games and the chips that they're cloning from Nintendo. In some cases, not in all, but in some, the bootleggers, when I say they, I mean the bootleggers, would hire on the manufacturing plants that would create these cartridges and pay them a little extra money so that on the side that any chips that maybe didn't quite meet Nintendo's quality would still find themselves out in the market in these bootlegs. That's something Nintendo would stamp down on and stop working with those manufacturers, but it's not as though you really had too much of a choice at the end of the day. Only so many manufacturers existed, especially in the 80s and 90s.
Question in chat: do you think ROM patches like ROM hacks would work on some of these?
The ROM hacks, like Rockman 4 Infinity, actually does work on this bootleg. I haven't played all the way through that game on this specific console though. So it's, I would say, rather than likely, I would say more than, let me say, what's the word I want? Guaranteed true that there's going to be at some point you'll reach in a game that won't work correctly on this bootleg console. Since the console itself, although it mimics the NES fairly accurately, electrically does work differently. It's like if you're on a map and you're trying to get to, say, New York City to Florida, there's a bunch of different ways to get there. They all get you there at the end of the day, but your experience might be a little different. So with using a bootleg console on something like Mega Man 4 Infinity, which was made for an actual console, you're going to have some issues somewhere along the line. Now, if you're using, say, a more modern reproduction like a FPGA from Analog NT, for example, you shouldn't have any problems there. Unless they specifically have set their firmware to block modded games, which they have done for some things.
Interesting.
So the only real perfect way to play ROM hacks would be on original hardware. Now, not that Analog NT does that often or frequently, but they try to have an image of not supporting hacks and maybe not supporting hacks or not supporting illegal ROMs. So they have been known to block that from working. I walked right into that since I was looking at chat.
Yeah, we'll blame Skipper for that one. And it's like, I don't know what you're talking about, Skipper. This is perfectly normal gameplay. Welcome to the stream.
This is a 100% legal, authorized version of Mega Man. Alright, I have the energy tank. Alright, and for the first time in this stream, I have made it to a boss. So I would say this Mega Man 4 clone is probably actually just fairly accurate to... Or not fairly accurate, it's just a straight up copy of the actual ROM. Other than the very beginning, where they did call it Super Rockman 4. I have not played through 4 before. I'm familiar with everything that's supposed to be in it, but by no means am I a speedrunner or an expert or anything, very much a casual player. I don't know if he's supposed to be this easy though. I feel like I'm not even taking damage. Is it coming from my E-Tank by itself?
Now that you mention it, it doesn't look like you're taking damage.
Oh, now I am. Oh, what just... I had to say something.
Huh. Maybe your state got messed up when you got all that extra energy
Yeah.
before going to the boss room, and then when you paused, it fixed it.
Oh, so don't don't pause.
That's a complete guess, but
I think that sounds right. Probably hitting start fixed whatever was going on there. Go pausing.
well, I'm glad to have yet another. That's never happened before.
Let's oh, and continuing just continues into the same stage. I didn't know that. We're gonna do the 4-in-1 bootleg, and then I think we'll move on. I'll play the other bootleg, and then we'll move on to the other portion of the stream. That definitely doesn't look correct.
I'll
It might
agree.
just be.
That one is not correct.
Yeah, I
I
think
enjoy it. I like it. This is great.
we're
But
gonna play it like this. I think that the bootleg. I think this is one of those cases where the bootleg does not agree with the bootleg console.
Oh, Skipper, one other thing that I keep forgetting about. At some point, you should do the like Mega Man 2 with the cat sound effects. We've not done that yet.
Oh, I cannot see what's
Well,
going on at all.
ice physics, no.
Is
You've
he
made a
supposed to do
terrible
that?
mistake.
I don't think he's supposed to do that.
Yeah, they drop their legs and then they chase you by floating. So this is perfectly normal gameplay so far.
Can't even see Mega Man's eyes.
Oh dear.
Make this. Oh, we're getting more glitched as we go on. His jump animation is completely off now.
It's because you only got 1 HP. It's a weakened version of Mega Man.
Oh man. Ooh, that is getting crunchy. It's trying.
It is trying.
Looks like if you get hit, the jump animation turns wonky.
Must be like pulling in the hit animation frames and putting them somewhere that gets copied over to the jump.
Ooh, yeah, that makes sense.
It is very interesting on these old consoles where either intentionally or unintentionally RAM gets reused, and it can have all sorts of very interesting side effects, some of which speedrunners take advantage of.
Let's do. Can't even read his name.
Rockman. I was about to say Gutsman stage, but the moving platforms might just be invisible.
His
Gutsman.
Oh, and my primary monitor just shut off.
Uh-oh. I like how your score is 4444444.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to get past here. I can barely tell.
Yeah,
I
this
should be. I should be able to do this. This is the, the beginning of the stage.
these jumps are
There we go.
more precise than maybe they should be.
And I fell. It's hard to say what's the bad gameplay on my part. I don't think I can. Oh, I know what. I understand.
Aren't those things supposed to generate electricity, Blaze? Or is that later? I feel like the traps aren't working. Later, okay.
am good Mega Man player. Yeah, I guess I guess I haven't played 1 enough, but does 1 have a score like that?
It does have a score. Normally the score works.
If I could actually grab the rail, I don't think that's me messing that up.
You did temporarily, Mega Man did temporarily lose his hands in that jump animation, so.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to do there.
Shoot them before they shoot you. You gotta like turn left and right.
It's okay. We're not trying to get good right now or learn too much. It's been a very, very long time since I've played 1.
Oh man. Gutsman platforming.
Give it an honest try. I could not even see him act. I can't see the next
Yeah,
bars on my
the
screen.
Matars actually are blending in. Those are professional camo Matars.
Oh.
As long as you can see. Okay, so there's moving platforms.
Okay, it did show
Yeah.
up.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be waiting for me and I couldn't see it.
I respect the faith.
It's old video game rules, right? You have to. Oh, okay.
Oh, the
Oh, the score did
projectile.
change.
It did, huh? I wonder if that was when you pick a boss, it gives you a point score for clearing it, and I wonder if that updated the number. Well,
We're
this.
together.
Oh, yep.
I think they're appearing a little late, or I'm really bad. Both might be true.
The platforms? Hard to say. I feel like everything in this game is just a little too difficult, but I guess it was the first one and they were figuring out like the gaps here are just a little too big.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Understandable.
We'll put in the last clone and then we'll move on. Oh, this one might not even work.
Oh, it's debatable if the last one did.
Fair. Blown into the cartridge. No, I don't think we're gonna get anything out of this one.
That's fair, Skipper. That whole generation, that whole console was difficult.
Yeah, we're getting performance anxiety from him. That's all right. All right, well, that's the bootlegs. Lots and lots of bootlegs. There's even more that are out there, and also, like one guy mentioned, there's Mega Man, Rockman 4 Infinity as a ROM hack.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working on something with that, but it's not quite ready to show.
Exciting. Are you familiar with Smite? We had him on earlier.
I thought you meant the game for a second. No, I'm not.
he has run into that issue where he's like he had the game and the name first. Lots of confusion. He played a bunch of bootlegs and bootlegs, not ROM hacks for us, and showed off a couple of these. So he might be someone of interest to you to check out.
Ooh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk to him. Especially if he has anything more with the chips too. So, I'm going to move on to the next half of this, which involves game preservation. So some of you might know, some of you might not. I was not afraid to say this, autistic about finding the lost Mega Man cell phone games. there are a multitude of them. The ones I wanted in particular were Mega Man Phantom of Network and Legend of Network. They're EXE games. Never released in America, were never released on PC, Game Boy, anything like that. They were uh, strictly only for cell phones. So they never got preserved. And back in the day, there wasn't a thought to do that, and not a dig on the Japanese, but for the most part, the Japanese, as a society, have the view that if a manufacturer is not saving their own applications, then it's up for them to not save that. It's not on society to do so. Whereas here in America and other parts of the world, we feel a little differently about that. So this was a very difficult task, but I was able to work with someone from Japan who is a part of the Mega Man community in Japan uh, to purchase the games on a cell phone that had video out.
Oh, wow.
Uh, so that the idea then was to capture the games so that at least some record of them would exist. The idea of hacking them was getting them off of the phone to be playable elsewhere wasn't a plan at the time. That thankfully transpired just before the Japanese store for those games closed down permanently. Somehow they were still available for purchase. That would have been in 2017 or 18 at this point. And then Japan had held the Olympics, and for the Olympics, they actually asked persons throughout all of Japan to donate their old flip phones, and millions of phones were donated for that purpose, and that really hurt our preservation effort in trying to find the games just through lottery. Essentially, we were buying hundreds and hundreds of flip phones. Actually, I'm going to show you guys a drawer just full of flip phones, and this is not even like 10%, not even 5% of all the phones that have come through. Just myself. There's a much larger community than myself now, where we preserve all these flip phone games for any genre. But me specifically, I'm interested in the Mega Man games. So I wanted to show it off here, since I don't know that anybody has really seen it playing off a phone other than us who are dealing with it directly. This phone does not have video capture. Through the efforts of the community, we've been able to modify the game and literally hack these phones to be able to upload to new phones. So if you really want to play this as an original experience, you can contact me afterward, and I can introduce you to the Discord server, or you can ask here. The phone model that this is. This is who's the manufacturer? Panasonic. This is a Panasonic 01H. And we can currently upload games into the Panasonic phones. So I'm going to first choose Phantom of Network. I will be showing this on the screen, big, not just through this webcam, but I did just want to show it off. So you can imagine trying to play what's, for the most part, a full-fledged Battle Network game with a keypad here and these directional numbers.
Is he playing audio?
This isn't playing audio, but what I'll have on the direct capture will have audio.
Gotcha.
And I don't know why the camera does. I must have turned off autofocus without realizing. But this is actually the English version running on this. So it was translated into English, and we were able to get that English version uploaded to this. So if you really want the true experience in English, you can buy one of these phones. We can help you upload it onto these phones. The next game that I was trying to save is Mega Man Battle Network Battle Chip Stadium.
Mm,
I'm going to move over to my third scene now and get to see some Gundams there.
nice.
If I open up an application called Demule, and I open this specifically, it should... Oh, nope, it's not going to do it. It should have automatically caught Demule and blown it up for you. Oh, there. Okay, now it's working. So this is the arcade. I have it set to automatically input a new character that we haven't shown before, and it turns out that Mega Man Falzar Cross is a playable character. There was no chip released to do that on the GBA game. There was no chip to do that released for the arcade machines. But we were able, through the code and through surmising how it should work, we were able to figure out that you can actually play as those characters. Both Falzar Cross and Gregor Cross.
So this was a arcade game in Japanese arcades, and did you have to bring in like your own Game Boy with save file stuff on it, or did you get the things here with which to play it?
I'll show some of that in a moment, but you had to have the Game Boy game. How do I tell them I'm ready? You had to have the Game Boy game. You'd get chips that you could play on that game with an accessory. Ooh, I missed that. Yeah, there was an accessory that you could use actual battle chips to play attacks in the Game Boy Advance games. And those could then in turn be used on an arcade machine. Now the crazier thing was that they had Navi chips that if you put it into the Game Boy, you can actually level them up. If you put it into a PET little game device, you could level it up through there. And then additionally, through the arcade machine, you could further level up your Navi. This arcade did support 2-player. And we do have that working, but I don't have that displayed here since I don't have a second person to play with. And there is a companion application that someone in the community has created that can act as though you're manually putting in the battle chips mid-game. What I have here is that I've just selected some pre-given chips that they provided to me. So I don't really get to decide how strong my attacks are going to be, unfortunately. It's whatever the game randomly assigned.
Good. And these 3D models, were they pulled from anywhere else, or is this all like custom work?
So all custom work. The models are actually not 3D models. They're essentially flat JPEGs that are animated. Although they look like 3D models.
Wow.
Just a lot of frames. The hardware that this runs on is essentially a super beefed up Dreamcast. And I'll show some of that hardware in a little bit too. Now with this, with the gameplay here, it does support program advances. Does support let's see, anything that you'd find in the Game Boy Advance game. It does do, but it does have its own program advances that it would provide, and those were not listed anywhere. So you'd kind of have to, if you played the game at the end where you get a game over, it would give you some hints. I would say, oh, this is a program advance you could do. Or you just had to try stuff and hope that it worked in a program advance. Now that we have the data for this, were able to figure it all out from looking straight at the actual game files. But before us, it was complete unknown. Now going into the discovery of the arcade machine itself. This is something else I've been autistic about for about 5 years. Oh. Oh, I forgot you have to try and mash the two buttons as quickly as you can there. For about 5 years, I've been scouring Yahoo Japan auctions every single day to hopefully find the arcade machine parts being sold for sale. I have found a number of their parts. I messed that up. I have found a number of parts, but I haven't found any of the Mega Man stuff. At one point in time, let me get that a little more. So the arcade machines, they played other games as well, not just this one Mega Man game. But the Mega Man arcade specifically has obviously its own ROM file and some unique hardware for reading the chips. I've not been able to find that anywhere. At one point, oh, that's not one. At one point in time, we actually had found the game ROM on a compact flash card. Oh, if we have the program advanced, I'm gonna lose. Oh, I want to see what's gonna happen here. I'm glad you guys get to see a program advance at least. Oh, really? What am I supposed to do against Colonel Dual Leaders, I think? No, Dual Leaders would have had Proto Man as well.
I have to ask Eurasia and I'll get back to you.
Yeah. Yeah, so we had found the original game, version 1, on Compact Flash. That actually was an amazing tip. We didn't know that it was on Compact Flash, if that's how the game came. You can see here, we've set it to where the entire library is unlocked. This screen isn't... Oh,
That's a lot of chips.
Later. Normally, that screen is not reachable.
Oh.
Because not every card, battle chip released. Bring some of these out of here. Take a handful. Right, we're gonna go back to scene 1. So these are the Navi chips that we were initially talking about. If you, I should have, yeah. So don't mind this wire. This is my experimental chip gate. But with the GBA game, if you put these into your link here and play the game, you could level up the Navi and play as Proto Man rather than Mega Man in game. If you had a PET, the EXE6 one, you could again play mini games in that to level him up. And if you leveled him up to max level or just whatever, when you went to go ahead and play the arcade game, you'd have a stronger Navi. So when he would do any of his base attacks in the arcade, you had a better chance of winning and not just wasting your quarters. These would be the attacks that you just saw me use in game. Again, that arcade automatically assigned them to me, but with the physical game, you were able to, if you wanted to, use these. It had a little, I should be able to bring up a photo actually. Let's bring up a photo.
That's cool. I was gonna ask if it were the same format as like some of the other chipgate devices, and they are.
Yeah, they're exactly the same. Operate in the same way.
Which means they have the lovely occasional side effect of slotting in as something other than what they actually are.
Absolutely correct. So go to scene 3, I'll hide the game. So looking at this image, you
Mm.
can see I've got Rock as my mouse cursor, actually. That's something I was able to save from the Star Force Japanese website all the way back in like 2009, 2010. So we have these two red slots here. Can you see my mouse on stream?
No, not on stream. There might be an option for screen capture or window capture to capture or hide the mouse.
There is, yeah. I don't remember offhand. I'll just draw. It's okay. I need to open it in Paint for that. We'll zoom in. So we have these two red slots here. This is where you would slot in your Navi. If you wanted to, again, fight as Proto Man, Falzar base himself. Couldn't do Colonel, was not accessible. Can't do Dark Mega Man either in game. Although their Navi chips do exist, despite that. But any of the EXE6 Navis you could play as. You would slot them into here, into the two red ones, and then at the bottom you have a row of 6 yellow ones. 3 were for player 1 and 3 were for player 2. So you could input a maximum of 3 chips. In game you get 5, so you're still getting defaulted 2 random chips to whatever you're putting in. But a program advance was only 3 chips long. So if you knew what the program advances were for this arcade machine, you could load up with a crazy strong Navi, start off with a program advance, and basically just defeat the arcade machine. The arcade machine would then feed back to you these chips in little boxes. I don't think I have any of those little boxes anymore. We did clone them. There's a project coming out with that where we're going to offer those things, the print for free. I don't like charging for anything. This is all for preservation. But yeah, so say I have these 2 Volt Eyes. I don't think I have the third one sitting in here. No way I'm that lucky. Uh, Play it in game with this. The journey to get it was a real hassle. So as I was saying prior, I was on Yahoo Japan for years straight. Couldn't really find anything. We did get pieces like this. This is the actual main arcade machine here. I'm gonna take this part off for a moment. What you're looking at is essentially a Dreamcast, for the most part, being CPU, GPU, and part of the game files would be on here. And then you have a secondary board. This is not the correct secondary board, but you'd have a secondary board similar to this and a compact flash card with the game. This is Ghosts and Goblins. I don't have the actual physical cart on me because it belongs to someone else who lives. I guess I shouldn't disclose where he lives. Who lives elsewhere in the world. And he was gracious enough to allow us to come visit him and to copy the game over. It was a bit of an arduous process. I'm going to show some photos for that. So it's not Naomi. These are called Medusalon. It is Naomi based, but it's not strictly Naomi because of the daughter boards that it takes. So I'll bring that back out. You guys can look at that while it's here. On the Mega Man one, this daughter board actually has 2 additional graphics processors because what's on here on the base board is not enough to run the game. Part of that is due to the not that look like 3D models, but they're not 3D models. Part of it is due to that, and I don't know why else, honestly. I have other portions of this, I've been buying pieces that I find as they come along. This is Pingu's Palace. Unfortunately, still not the game. Yeah, essentially, it's pre-rendered sprites at 2 FPS. uh, so I'm gonna show you guys a Mega Man thread that's from me. This is the initial cartridge that we found on Yahoo Japan auctions. We bid, I think, a little under $3,000 for this, and the servicer that we were using to put in the bid for us did not put in the final bid appropriately, so we actually lost this auction. This is version 1 of the game. This does not include
What are we
Falzar.
looking at?
Oh, I'm on the wrong scene.
Okay,
Sorry.
it's just
So this scene here, this is a compact flash card. It's a older form of base. Think of it like a USB stick, just with a lot of pins. We lost the auction for this, unfortunately, and this is version 1 of the game. Version 1 of the game doesn't have advertising for Star Force, doesn't have Falzar in it at all. I believe it also does not have base, and it's doesn't have some of the chips. Has a smaller chip library. Now, what the total amount of differences are, we have no idea. Capcom did not document them, so without having the actual cartridge, we're not going to be able to know. We don't know who bought it, and whoever did buy it has not come publicly to say that they had it. I think it's just gone into someone's private collection forever, unfortunately. Uh, we had a user who actually bought this arcade machine back in 2010. There was one for sale, and he bought it. I won't disclose for how much, but it was more than a used car cost. I'll say that. Um, and it was in his private collection. And back in 2022, he allowed us to come visit him in order to download the contents of that game. So I'm gonna just scroll through some of this stuff. This is everything that we had to do to be able to copy the game. This has some crazy protection, where if you plug in this compact flash card into a computer without certain settings first, it will actually rewrite a portion of the game and it'll never work again, ever. Period. There's no way to salvage it. It's not, you can't reformat it unless you sent it back to Capcom, who isn't going to do that. So you literally get one shot, and if you mess up your one shot, then that's it. So I had bought a couple of these Pingu games because they must have been really popular because there's plenty of them. I have 4 here of the Pingu game. I use them as tests. So I would test it out my hardware, my rig to download the data, compared it to other dumps that did exist for Pingu already, and they were 1-to-1. So the assumption was that it was working correctly, and then it came down to going over to where this guy lives and dumping his actual arcade machine. So here we can see what the actual hardware looks like. As I mentioned, you've got this daughter board on top that has 2 Panasonic chips on it. Those are the additional graphics processors that were needed to run the extra graphics of this game. I do think that portions of it are 3D, but I don't want to say that for sure. I know the models are not 3D. And you can see the compact flash card on the bottom that says 3 on it, meaning this is version 3. So there's a version 2 out there. We have no pictures of what the version 2 is or looks like, fortunately. and then there's a bunch of custom hardware specifically for the chip readers. Uh, it was it was a bit heart-wrenching, or what's the word I want to use? We were just worried that I was gonna screw something up and then it wasn't gonna work anymore. But we were able to put it back in the game, into the arcade machine. Everything still works, so he has that. And he was very happy to have it donated to the community. And the community's donations would allowed us to go to where he lives, because I'm in America and he lives somewhere in Europe. So community provided the funds to get that. But on the emulation side, the community's funds also paid for the audio emulation. There was an existing emulator that could play this game with a few tweaks because it played other Metalusion is what it's called, Metalusion games, but no working audio driver. And the person who did the emulator knew someone who would be willing to do it for a fee. So we paid that fee. I think we've said it publicly. It was $2,000 that we paid for an audio engineer to reverse engineer the sound processing for this arcade machine, so that we could listen to what this game sounded like while playing it. Demi, Scoutmaster Demi, has uploaded for us all the videos that we took out of there. And this is the opening sequence video that would play. Can't have that working in the emulator because the video format rather, requires a license to have anything that would utilize it. And the emulator creator doesn't want to, understandably, there's nothing, no shade on him. Understandably, doesn't want to have to worry about or possibly pay for that license. But we can still hear the audio, works for us, and we can watch the videos on here. Maybe someone will modify the emulator to play these. I don't know. Maybe something's working on that. I can't tell you. But all the program advances would similarly have a video that played along with this. And these animations would be part of that. They don't show the actual program advances themselves. It's just a nondescript energy ball that starts to happen. So it's not a huge loss, in my opinion, but it is cool to see it happen in game.
The current setup, we don't have audio, just FYI.
It's the audio is not too interesting on here. Trust me.
Okay.
For the specific scene, and it's a. Can I put the YouTube video inside the chat? Is that all right?
Yeah, let me 1 second. Okay. Now you're good to post it.
Okay. So if you wanted to check out the scenes that come out in the arcade, you could click on that video, see the audio. It's not Mega Man specific audio. Almost all of the audio is specifically for this arcade. There's a couple of Mega Man inspired or remix versions of the original game sounds, but for the most part, it's almost all original to the game. And I guess I want to announce with that the arcade machines are going to come over to New York City and permanently stay there. We worked out something with the owner that he wants to see the games available, playable. He's had his fill with them. He's had it for over 10 years now. Actually, I think 16 years at this point. So for anyone that visits New York, they're welcome to come try and play it. It'll be with me. We're gonna see if we can try and do some events with it at some point in the future. But yeah, the arcade machine will be available to American people for the first time. I'm fairly confident it's the first time ever this machine is in America. I did not actually get to play the machine when I dumped it in from where we went. since I was too busy getting the dump and then reverse engineering it so that it could be usable in the emulator and everything. So I'm excited myself to actually be able to play it in person.
To do that, I know Scoutmaster Demi was talking about an event. Is this something that you two are working together to plan?
Yeah, him and I are trying to work something out together. Not work something out, to plan something together uh, in the New York area to get it playable. I don't mind bringing it to other places. It's just the time that it takes to get it there, especially if it's on the other side of the country.
Oh yeah,
But
logistics are a big issue. If
yeah,
anyone's interested in that, where like if I was interested in that, how would I know when details form? Is there a Discord server that you two hang out in and discuss this?
this would be probably in Scoutmaster Demi's Discord would be the best place for that, since
Uh,
he's started a nonprofit to help preserve additional games, and then he's going to be doing a very mini Mega Man type of get together so that everybody can try and play this arcade machine together. There's another arcade that's a lot bigger that I'm not going to get into that we did preserve as well. Uh, and just try to get a lot of fans to meet up and play this arcade machine that for last, oof, I don't know, this came out in 2006, so last 20 years it's just been unavailable to Mega Man fans
that
in its
is a
original format.
yeah, very exciting, very exciting. I look forward to that. Good luck, and hope it has a good turnout. I think a lot of people are interested. I know I am.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to have everybody come over, even if it has to be at my home. That's fine with me, as long as it doesn't go missing one day.
Totally.
Um, so I'm gonna move on to now uh, some of the cell phone games that we preserved. So we have R- Rockman 1, Rockman Bug Sweeper. We have Five Islands, which is
Oh
Rockman
yeah.
Dash or Mega Man Legends as we know it here. Japanese language, Legend Network, Phantom Network, Rockman GP, Fire Panic, and Pinball. Um, I think I accidentally moved it off
And ball.
screen, but I
What
had.
what about tennis? Was that in that list?
Don't think I have tennis here. Tennis is available, but it's not one that I picked out. I could download the ROM and get it going
Could
quickly
you?
enough.
I think I've got that one set up because we're one of the things we're trying to do with Mega Man is showcase every single official Mega Man game, and
Hmm.
we've done most of them. And thanks to obviously the work that you've been involved with here, we got to showcase Rockman Dash and Legend of the Network and Phantom of the Network earlier. I was going to
Okay.
do tennis later, but I don't think I had pinball. Or you said one of them was like a Minesweeper.
Yeah, so we have Bug Sweeper,
Bug
GP, which
Sweeper.
is a racing game, Fire
A
Panic,
racing game.
Pinball,
Wow.
and just regular Mega Man 1, and then also X1 as well.
Wow. How many different versions of Mega Man 1 and Mega Man X are there? We
It's
should, Blaze, are you still there? We should play every single version of 1 at the same time.
oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
So if I double click this and bring this over and change my scene in OBS,
Oh,
yeah, there
there
we
it
go.
is. That's a phone.
So I'm gonna leave it a little oversized so that we can see this. It says Rockman Trial. Uh, Thankfully, this game, although it was a trial, it unlocked with a license. So
Hmm.
you had the full game on your phone technically. You were just buying a license to fully unlock it. And this has been modified to have the full version unlocked. Let me make sure I have my buttons correct. I need to actually select. Oh, and then I forgot about that. There's also Christmas roll version. The game plays exactly the same. It's just that the sprite has been changed.
Wow.
So can you guys hear that?
Yes, Yes, I can.
Okay. Is it a little loud? Should I...
No, because I can adjust on my end, so we're good.
Okay.
This song, is this from Battle and Chase? Roll's theme?
Not sure.
I think it might be. But it's cool. It's obviously a little different. That's awesome. Or Marvel versus
I need to
Capcom.
lower
Okay,
it a little bit
Skipper.
because I'm having trouble hearing you.
Oh, yeah. Adjust it if you need to. Go for it. Yeah.
That's right. So we're gonna try and play this for a little bit as Roll.
Exciting. And I think somehow this is going to go better than it did earlier. A charge shot? Oh, it uses
So I
energy.
need to make
That's your
sure
weapon.
I've got the buttons down because it changes per game. There we go. Alright, so that's jump, that's shoot, and charge is 6. Alright.
Your charge shot is using special weapon energy.
So these games were actually made more difficult
Okay.
to try and increase the playability, to make you feel like you got more out of it. So if I was bad in just the regular version, I don't know how it's gonna work out here, honestly.
He zipped around.
So I'm also gonna try and rush through it.
I hope the frame rate is better on your end than our end.
No, it's basically the same.
Oh man.
I mean, it was made for a much smaller screen. So on your little tiny cell phone screen, the janky animation wasn't as noticeable.
That's fair.
When it's blown up like this, you can very much tell.
At least you can see the guitars.
Yeah, at least I can see them this time. And as you can hear, it's a cell phone rendition. Oh, okay.
It sure
is. It's a cell phone rendition of all of the stage music.
I like how the game over is just miss.
Yeah.
Beat this version.
And the interesting thing about the sound for all of these is that if you guys are familiar with what DACs are, basically converting the audio into digital back into analog through the speakers. Each phone had their own way to do this. So you could be playing this game on 3 different phones and it would sound different on each of them.
Oh, that's crazy. Someone should tell the Mega Man remixers they can come fully equipped with different phones for the full array of sound effects.
There were a handful of phones that had Yamaha chips on them, and those sound the best, the most accurate and pretty full-fledged. But those phones are fairly expensive. They were like premium feature. What I'm playing on here is not really an emulator. It's actually development software that was leaked. So part of the jankiness is that, but UV, a member of the community that helps dump these games, has created a emulator for these. Since the cell phone dev app is how most people are going to be experiencing it, that's what I decided to play on for this stream. I think can you guys see? You can see my cursor now. It looks like.
Yes, we can now. Yes, Uber Geek was mentioning it.
So yeah, that's a Mega Rock from Star Force. There's a bunch of little mini apps that came out for Windows Vista. I guess it was, yeah, like 2008 actually. I think it was 7, 8, something like that. Um, I saved them all the way from there, and I've released these a couple times now. Um, I decided to show the emulators, or sorry, the games inside of the dev emulator, since that's how currently most people are going to be playing it. But there is an Android emulator and PC emulator that UV from the cell phone preservation community has created that has different options for the audio
Hmm.
and plays it more accurately than this dev emulator does.
Interesting.
So this frame rate will be smoother in that.
Couldn't you show off the Bug Sweeper and Pinball? Because I don't think I'd heard of those.
Yeah, of course.
It's like that has to be Minesweeper. It's a racing game. Oh,
So yeah, this is straight up Minesweeper.
okay.
So if you know how to play, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't actually know the strategy for Minesweeper. I always just randomly guessed.
Wow.
But it is straight up Minesweeper. That is an official. This is an official Capcom game. That's definitely a bomb over there. Oh, all right, that's definitely a bomb too.
All right. Okay. We can work together. Let's work with chat. Nah,
So,
we'll get this. We
if
got to
Jack
get
knows how to
one.
play Minesweeper, by all means.
Yeah, we got to get one clear. We got to beat every single Mega Man game.
Oh,
We can
it's
do
different
this.
this time. I don't know why it's different this time.
Oh wow. Flushes. Wonder if it is just random. But pick anywhere to start. Yeah, okay. So, what button, usually you can mark mines, because obviously the one just below you is a bomb, but I don't
Yeah.
know if we can mark it. Might not need to.
I could try pressing buttons and see what happens. Seems like no.
All right. Well, so on the bottom right, the third plus from the bottom should be safe.
This one? Let's give it a shot.
What? Yeah, there's a delay, so keep that in mind. But yes, the one you're on. Nah, okay. We
I
got
would
it.
think these would be safe.
These. Okay, let's see what
These
these are.
all the way to the left.
Well, so in the bottom left where the 2 stack is, the bottom 2 are going to be bombs, and then the one above it can't be since there's already 2. So it's kind of the same as on the right side, where the third one up will be safe.
Let's give that a shot. Okay. I would think this one would be safe.
All right, I'm going to wait and see where you are.
All right. Top left.
In this case, yes, actually, and that might reveal multiple. Yes, because
Cool.
there's a bomb. Yeah.
So there should be one there. Sandwiched between these ones.
Yes, that one will be a bomb, and so given all the other ones, if you go to the right one, that will
Just
be
one over.
Yep, just one over. That'll be safe, and I think the one above it should also be safe if it doesn't clear. Or Lobo says go top right.
All right, I'm gonna try the
We'll
one
do it
above
one at a
it.
time. Was it a 1 or a 2? A 1.
It was one.
Yeah. Okay, so like Lobo said, we can go top right, and that should, I think, clear a couple more.
Okay, yeah, you're good at this.
Let's see. I think now it's if you go all the way left.
All the way left?
Yeah, and that against the wall, the plus next to the 1 should be safe. And I think that'll be the last one. I think we'll have a clear.
Hey, there's a clear.
We beat
There's
it.
a clear screen.
We found all 6 bugs.
All right.
High score. What do we get equipped with?
I think we just get to not die. Oh, it's a different stage now. Different music.
Oh, I wonder if they're like theming each stage after a boss of some sort.
Oh, this is getting too hard for me. I do like this song. Dang, alright. There's a lot of one-offs there.
Oh, the enemies are different each time. The mines, the bugs, I guess. Bug sweeper, because we're debugging the phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Thought these were
I'm trying to
robots
quickly
in the
see if
song.
it'll give me a different field every
Back on the
time.
title
Like
screen,
it's
can you like left and right? There should be difficulty options, and I think you'll get like a bigger board size, maybe.
there is a menu button. What is that? No option. Oh, I see.
If you just go left and right, it looks like it should change. Ooh.
Hard. Let's
Oh
see what
dear.
hard gives us.
Oh no. A giant board. Bombman's theme was very appropriate for this. That's funny. What's that bottom option?
I come back out?
Oh, the bottom option is sound. Okay. Which we probably want sound on.
There we go. Instructions, I guess.
Ah.
Oh, and that closed it. Let's try that again.
The close button is my favorite so far. We're free.
Oh. So you can actually scroll this. Oh, that's pretty far.
Ah, I made it.
24
left and right.
bugs.
This is a big map. Yeah, I feel like this would have been much more appropriate Battle Network themed, but I guess Classic was probably...
A little more recognizable, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Oh.
A 3. It's lucky, though, to not have hit a bomb there. I mean, a bug.
Oh, there you go. Alright, let's try another one now. You said you're interested in pinball?
Yes, pinball. I don't think I had on my list. Like I had a Phantom of Network, Legend of Network, Rockman Dash. We did those. I've got tennis, so I'm gonna do that one. But I did not have pinball or bug sweeper.
Alright, so
Oh, it's a frog. He jumped out. Is that...
So the
What are
song is a
those?
mild remix of the Mega Man song.
Yeah. Oh, those pinballs just went right through your flipper. You got cheated.
Yeah, I saw that.
It went back in. I don't think it's supposed to do that.
No, absolutely not.
Uh,
So it's a little janky.
I guess pinball doesn't usually have enemies that are wandering around the machine. That's one up. Can you go to the next area? I wonder if what we're trying to do here. Oh, you killed it.
I think this is a mild remix Woodman stage. I say mild, sounds reminiscent of Woodman to me.
Maybe. Well, given the frog, I'm thinking like Toad Man or Bubble Man. Yeah, there, Skipper, Bubble Man. Toad Man.
Ooh, oh,
I've
there's
been
another level.
playing Battle Network. Okay, so it does just area transition. And it looks like there's a path to the left and a path to the right. So we probably there's Bubble Man right there. I wonder if we can get to him or if we have to do something to open the doors up. I'm terrified of these spikes too.
It looks like you have to hit the pinball onto the walls.
You're going right through this. Oh, yeah. You did almost break at the door.
Oh, come on.
This ball does what it wants. Hey! He's vulnerable. You know, Mega Man's...
What are the physics on this ball? Oh my god. I cannot understand what is happening.
Neither can the enemy.
I think I'm... Oh no, oh, nah.
You get a new type of pinball. Yeah, get equipped with less gravity ball. And we died. That enemy is just... Okay. Going wherever it wants to.
I don't think we're gonna get back up to the above stage, honestly.
Yeah, that's
kill.
An impossible shot, really.
Yeah, if the ball comes down to me, I'll be willing to try and hit it.
Given how many flat surfaces we have here, they must have...
Oh, come on.
Oh, you got a protection block. Nice. They must have made the ball... Ooh, you hit him. Randomly jiggle periodically. So that way it's moving... Hey, it changed. You equipped a weapon.
Yeah, this is a lot more to this than I would have thought.
It did more damage, too. You're getting all sorts of points. Quickman board has lasers? I can't see that working out. Oh, our power's gone.
Looks like it.
I'm glad there's blocks on that right side that do not go away.
I feel like Marina. They're supposed to.
Oh, you destroyed the spikes. I thought we're so strong. This pinball is way stronger than Mega Man.
Yeah, for real. Just give me a pinball. Forget Mega Man.
Yeah.
How many times do I have to hit this guy, or is it just until I lose?
Well, the score's gone up every time. Okay, it's 1,000. Maybe it looks like there's a pathway left and right. And so
I see what you're saying, yeah.
I don't know if he's got help. Did you just clip through a number 3? These enemies are possessed.
I'm trying to hit the edges to see if we can get through them, but it's not happening.
Yeah. Maybe Bubble Man does have health. 1,500, that was good. What is the angry red thing, Skipper? I cannot tell.
Come on.
Oh, you hit the door. It did 60 points.
Yeah, I saw that. So it looks like we can...
There's one on the floor, too. Maybe those are just bumpers. Hit that one a bunch. Maybe they are bumpers. A shrunken crab robot from Bubble Man stage.
Alright, well, I've been up here for a while, and we haven't been able to kill or defeat the Robot Master.
Yeah. You're on the last ball. So, well, hopefully something happens soon. Either we catastrophically fail or Bubble Man explodes.
I want him to explode.
I think we all do. This ball is doing whatever it wants, and only what it wants. Physics, hitboxes,
straight up clipped through the flipper.
He sure did. You got a point, Uber. Oh, that was several hits. Ball's also blue again. I don't know why.
All right. Oh, one more, I guess.
That frog.
I've gotten back upstairs and back downstairs. And back upstairs.
Easy come.
There's more
easy
spikes this time.
They did come back, yes. And it's surprising that
Oh.
they don't do damage.
Alright, that's a game over.
We're free.
It looks like it might just be score-based.
Maybe. Well, we got the high score. Do you want to try and see if there's a different stage, or
They
I'm not
have Airman and Quickman.
Oh, do Quickman. Skipper wants to know if there's lasers.
Oh, right, let me reset it.
Airman stage. Whew.
It's like Quickman, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. I guess there's another zone. Looks like there's an enemy blocking the zone and a door, so we have to hit it a couple of times.
I'll figure it out.
It's hard to set up this shot when it just kind of bounces whatever it wants to.
Yeah, I'd say so. This is Kaizo pinball. We have 6 balls.
Well, and now I've got a protection there.
Oh, that's funny. I wonder. Oh, you got 3 on both of the things, and I think that's what made it appear.
I see.
Maybe the numbers matching does it. Oh, 2 makes the 1 up appear. 3, we got the protection block.
All right, we're on the second half now.
Oh, you got it open. And 1, I don't know what it did. Maybe it was just points.
There's a shield enemy there. I forget what they're called. We got Metoirs. A lot more enemy types here.
And there's one. Sniper Joe. Kill Quickman? We weren't able to. Oh, gosh. Oh, the ball turned red. So the powered up color must vary by stage. Oh, nope.
Turned
Never
blue
mind.
again
It's
here.
blue. Okay.
Yeah, so maybe it's just another level that's available the further you go.
I'd believe anything at this point. Oh, he's vulnerable. There's a 1.
Got a hit on him finally.
It's like there's a block with a 1 on it. There's a block with a 2 on it. There's another block with the 2 on it. I don't know what any of these things mean.
Doesn't seem like I can hit them either. Oh, we've teleported. I guess it's a bonus stage?
Oh, what? Sure. I think it's quite likely, Skipper. Maybe there's some old Nico streams of it.
All that and I couldn't hit the E-tank.
Oh, there was an E-tank. Ready, so it's putting us back out here. Okay, so I guess that's a thing that can just spawn?
It looks like there was a to the right of the two Mentors, there was another block there initially, and I think that was a teleportation block to where we just were.
Lobo says that we did get the E-Tank, so I wonder how that actually comes into play, though.
Nope, there goes the ball. Do you want me to continue with this, or you want to see the other couple games before we end here?
What were the other games?
We have Panic Fire, Racing, and then you guys have shown the other games, so we can maybe look at X1 as well.
Yeah. So a sampler of each of those sounds good to me. And if people watching want to see more of this, we could have Good Tofu Friday back on a future, maybe Mega Monday, to actually try and beat some of these. Or maybe we'll get a volunteer for someone to play it.
I'm happy to try. I'm happy to help set up for someone else as well.
I'll do the Minesweeper one. I think I can handle that. These racing games are impossible, though. Oh, Base is so angry. Why is he so angry? You're going 600 kilometers per hour.
Imagine trying to do that for real life. So there are power-ups in this game. The Mentors on the stage do follow you. So if it looks like I'm just running into them, the more I turn, the more they try to get into my field. And I have a power. I don't know what it does. But if it's a boost, speed boost.
Oh, it looks like a battery. I guess that's how they're representing the boosts. And it looked like you had 2, so you must be able to accumulate them. There's a timer counting down, and okay, so you have to go fast enough to keep the timer up, and then you've got a race time at the top, and we're trying to get to the end. And you made it to goal in 54 seconds. Wow.
So this is this and for the other two Mega Man and Roll are unique sprites here, since they're in their carts. That's it. It's over. There's a versus that was online. Instructions. Best times. Let's try as a Roll. A Roll's not as fast as Base. And her icon looks like for going fast is a feather. It looks like she also shrinks some though. So her power up is a little different. These would have been part of something called Capcom Party back in the day. They were just a bunch of mini games that were sold to cell phones. They were not smartphones, but for what our flip phones were in the early 2000s, they may as well have been smartphones. So Capcom, for all of their series at the time, had a bunch of these kind of little mini game things going on. Sega included. Yeah, for real. There's a unique roll sprites, and let's see if we can win with Mega Man and check out the last one, Panic Fire. Now when you're turning, it doesn't look like it here. It looks like I'm just trying to go to the sides. Every turn automatically pulls you into the edge no matter where you are. And you have to hold down the opposite direction for a long time to try and get out of that. don't think I'm gonna win this time. And Mega Man's ability is to throw bombs ahead of himself, rather than speed up like the other two.
Oh, I guess Mega Man's the one that's choosing violence.
Very intentional. I think I might have beaten him at the very last second.
With 0.39 seconds to spare.
Yeah. I made it. Alright. Let's try Panic Fire.
That's crazy. I think in 3 minutes you just 100% of the racing game.
Yeah, that's it. It's it would cost you $5-ish, I think it was, maybe 3, somewhere around there. So there are 16 stages for Panic Fire. And the audio doesn't sound quite right. That's due to the emulator. Let the initial animation play here. But Fireman is essentially God in this game.
Wow.
You cannot defy him.
You cannot defeat Fireman.
No.
Just like the video. Wait. Is this when your phone starts overheating because Fireman's attacking you directly?
Just a feature. So it's essentially a game of Snake. We're trying to escape. We've decided we cannot defeat Fireman. He's way too strong. We were foolish to ever attempt it. So it starts out easy enough. Just get to the staircase. But they start introducing a lot of hazards. And the hazards are what make you have to really think about how you're exiting, since he mirrors every movement that you make.
Oh, I was like, if it's RNG, he's just gonna... You can't win. That's crazy. So it's a puzzle game.
And I did not lose yet. Yeah, it's essentially a puzzle game. Fireman has not... See... Oh, wait. I messed up already. Fireman has defeated me.
Awkward. Oh, I'm imagining a task of this. You have to get him stuck in the wall and then move it. Oh, no, that works too. You did it.
So there's 16 stages of this. They go on forever. I'm not going to try and play them all. I want to show the last one I've got here, which is Mega Man X1 Rockman X on cell phone for some reason.
Wow. We played it on, Hutch played it on iOS last night. So I'm glad we're going further back now.
Yeah. We're getting real simple here. We'll do start from the beginning. Now, personally, I love the music renditions in this version. It plays really surprisingly accurate. The scene transitions are a little awkward, though. I think, for being a cell phone game, I feel like it looks basically exactly like it.
Yeah, they got the visuals right.
It looks right. It plays right so far, at least.
The charge sound effect is silly. Well, looks like they can't break the road. I guess dynamic collision was too much.
And then even this guy has his two rolly enemies. I don't know what any of them are called. I'm going to be very honest. Big Mega Man fan, not a big memorizer.
The names are whatever we came up with as children.
Yeah. So you can see this works better than X3 on Sega Genesis.
Oh, 100%.
Somehow. So I'd highly implore any Mega Man X1 player, or even if you really like Mega Man games, to give this one a shot. I find it to be a lot of fun. So it plays as more than just a novelty.
I can't wait to have a speedrun tournament of off-platform games. It's like, and now for our X-race. Please pull out your flip phone.
Right? Well, with the Android emulator coming out for these mobile games, you'd be able to play it on a number of devices too, even with controller.
We'll work with you to do the finals on real hardware.
Alright. So you can see, if you're familiar with the first game, I am doing a little more damage than I would be in the Super Nintendo version, since the charge shot can't kill the car and the driver in one shot.
True. Oh, he just fell from the sky. Where's the... Oh, good, you can still ride on cars.
Oh, what am I asking? There we go.
Skip, are those things on the road, are they like payphones? Like, what is that in the background?
Zero.
Still strong, even on tiny phone screen. ATMs, okay.
Alright, I can't read all that right now.
Understandable. How much Japanese can you read, given all this work you've done on these things?
I can read hiragana and katakana. Can't really read kanji. And I know enough that if you drop me in Japan, I could say, hey, I need money, I need bathroom, I need some food, I'm from America, things like that. I could have a really basic conversation.
Well, that works. Fascinating.
So we gotta start with Chill Penguin. This actually has all 8 bosses too, amazingly.
Wow.
Even the Game Boy version doesn't have that.
I think the corners on the SNES version would change the information, like the graphic in the middle. I wonder if that was included here as well.
So I do think you do more damage overall in this version of the game. I think just to be more forgiving for the format. As you can hear with the screen, the stage rather, it's got its own rendition. It's not the same song over and over again. And scene for scene, it's the same game. Maybe a little harder on the jumps. All the enemy placement is how I remember it. And as I mentioned before, with the different cell phones, this would sound fairly different. I think I haven't played this on one of the phones with the Yamaha sound chips on it, but I imagine that they would sound a little bit better. I like how this sounds, but I think it would sound better on it. I do not know how to dash. It's hard to pull off. Why not to at least get to the Big Mac? How do I jump out of here? Don't know how to jump out of the mech so I can get that other device, the power up.
I think in the game,
This is gonna be a problem here.
yeah, it's hold up and jump. At least for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I know it should be up and jump, but that's not happening here. Let's just push buttons, see what happens.
You could fall in a pit.
Okay. Oh, there we go. It's the menu button is how to jump out of it.
The more you know.
So I wonder if you could even we need him to destroy this. I don't remember.
Fire. You need the fire weapon, or one of the mechs can punch and break it.
Just trying to rush and just get to him.
Were there any additional games after this that you wanted to show?
No, this is the last one.
Cool. Then I think after that, anything you want to say in closing, we'll do that, and then we'll set up for the Mega Speedruns Tournament Mega Man Maker Tournament 2 Level Pack Showcase. Nailed it.
I get to Iceman, see if we beat him. If we don't, it's fine. And I'll hand it back over to you guys.
I'm curious how similar or different the attack pattern will be. Oh,
The music's playing way too fast.
He still laughed at you in the beginning, alright. He's blowing snow.
So this, oh wow, that's a lot of damage.
That ice slide was so slow. But yes, it does do a lot of damage.
Yeah, so I can leave it at that for now.
Oh, you continue, or is that going to put you back at the beginning? Do you have infinite lives?
No, I think it's infinite lives.
Can you try the boss again? Where does it put you?
Let's see. Yeah, boss again.
Yeah, go for it. You went in with like 1 HP. It's fine.
I think the emulator's sound is starting to mess up with the longer it goes on, the more it has issues.
The game is like, please, we both need a break. Oh, that slide. Oh, he turned around, and so when you shot him, he's damage boosting to. He's back. Chill Penguin is backwards damage boosting. He's got speed tech.
Oof.
Oh, your mouse cursor changed from Omega System to a boring mouse. Oh no, he jumped at you.
It's hard to get off the wall while I'm sliding down. Come on. There we go.
Nice. Got him with the lemons. GG.
I'm gonna eventually remount this to a controller. I'm pushing 9 to shoot and 0 to jump on the keyboard. It's a little difficult to do.
I'd say. Yeah, controls make a big difference. That's why phone games never made sense to me.
I can't imagine trying this on a cell phone.
Yeah. Oh, if you touch the corners, do they change anything, like from mapped info? Doesn't look like they are.
Yeah. Oh. Spark Mango? I thought I selected the center. Alright.
I guess when you're on the center, it must use the last cursor position. That's okay. It's got good music. We can listen to it, the cell phone rendition of this, while you outro.
Yeah, well, I appreciate everybody. Thank you for joining me on this. I had fun showing everything off. Let me stand on these ladders so I'm not getting hit. I'm gonna get hit anyway. There. No. The emulator can't do the sound. I appreciate everybody joining in. Thank you for watching. I enjoyed showing you all the bootlegs starting out with, and then going into all the cell phone games and the arcade machines. Tons and tons of Mega Man releases that you've probably never heard of. There's still more that we know exist that we just haven't found on any of the cell phones we've bought. Again, we've bought at least over 3,000 to 4,000. So, I say like 3,500 cell phones at this point. Just looking for any games.
Wow.
At all. And these are just some of the ones we found that are Mega Man specific. I hope to see someone try to speedrun X1 on mobile phone one day. Not the Android versions, this flip phone version. I think it'd be cool. If you want to know anything more about any of these, about the arcade machine, how you can come play it once it's here in America, when Scoutmaster Demi's gonna be doing his meet and greet for that arcade machine, you can join his server. I don't have a server, but you can find me on Reddit, Discord, almost any Mega Man Discord, Twitter. I've got the same exact username anywhere, so feel free to reach out for anything. And don't forget, these guys are trying to do the Mega Man Expo. So please, if you find you have a couple dollars to spare, or you just want to help spread that word, go ahead and help do that. Well, thank you guys for joining.
Thank you very much for this showcase. It has been fascinating. We appreciate you coming on. Definitely looking forward to other stuff. And if anything else interesting or gets discovered or patched and you want to show it off, I think I know a lot of people that would be very interested in seeing it. Until then, though, take care. We're going to throw it to an intermission, and we'll be back pretty soon with some Mega Man Maker level